So we'll begin in a comfortable seated posture. Maybe you want to pull the flesh of the buttocks back behind the sit bones. And let's press the hands down into the thighs as we take a nice long inhale, lifting up through the crown of the head. And then staying tall, exhale, just drop the shoulders down, relax the hands. And if you're comfortable doing so, you can close the eyes and maybe feel yourself on your sit bones. You might want to rock a little bit in front and a little bit behind. And go slow enough to feel the sweet spot, the place where your body feels the most open and the most able to relax. And see if you can feel a difference. Like if I rock forward, then my chest wants to cave in and my body wants to round. If I rock back, I feel a little bit more effort in the neck and around the waist. So just finding the place where you get the most ease. And then let the belly relax. Feel the breath coming in and out of the belly. And then intentionally elongate the breath so that it flows from the belly up through the ribs and solar plexus and into the chest. Maybe at the top, spreading the collarbones wide. So the breath almost takes the shape of a capital T, going up and out. Feel everything relaxing as you exhale. And then we'll start to circle the torso around with the breath, rounding the back as you exhale through the back of the circle and lifting the chest and the eyes as you inhale across the front of the circle. And when you're ready, reverse directions. Letting the slow, full breath set the pace. Body following. And then come back up to center, reach the arms up, inhale. Exhale, release over. Let the arms relax, let the head relax.
And let the elbows drop. And continue to spread the breath wide and long into the body. Notice where the breath goes and where it ends, what the limits of the container seem to be. And see if you can inhale more and expand those limits out, making even more space inside. And then noticing with that deeper inhale, how much you can let go on the exhale and really surrender to that release. Walk the hands in, roll yourself up, reach up, inhale.
Exhale the hands together at the heart. Feeling the breath rise up to your hands. And then letting the hands relax. Noticing the cross of the legs, which one's in front. And then release the legs, shake them out. And then recross the other way. Sitting nice and tall. Good. Let's move the spine a little bit more. Inhaling the arms out, the chest up, the eyes up. Exhale, round the back, clasp the hands, press them forward, tuck the chin. And then keep the hands clasped and lift up. And then exhale back to forward, rounding, tucking the tailbone and the chin. Inhaling, open, arms back, chest out, heart lifts, and rounding. Pull the belly in. Get long and tall as you inhale. Squeeze it out as you exhale. Continue on your own. Taking your time. Especially on those inhales, we can really feel how the positioning of our arms and our body might make space for more breath, or it may feel the opposite to you. It may feel harder to breathe. And the next time the arms come up in the air, you'll exhale and fold forward. Letting the hands relax down. Letting the head relax down. Feeling the upper arms gliding down toward the ground as the elbows drop. Revisiting the fullness of your breath and the boundaries that move as we breathe. You can imagine that the container has mesh walls
So they're not really containing the breath. The breath can move through and beyond those supposed limits. On your next inhale, roll up, reach up.
And exhale the arms down. Release the legs. Shake them out. And then recross at the ankles, just enough to flip over the feet, coming onto the hands and knees. And we'll bring the hands in front of the shoulders and spread the fingers wide apart. Good. And then curl the toes. Take a breath in. Exhale, lift the knees, but keep them bent. And press the hands forward, sending the sit bones back. And then breathe long up and down the spine. When you exhale, draw the navel in and up and sink the ribs toward the thighs. Drop the head toward the ground. Push more into the fingers and thumbs and send the hips back as though you're trying to line them up over the heels. Straighten the left leg, press the heel down. Drop the heart even more. And then lift the right leg, flex the right foot, push into the hands and really lengthen out of the heel. Feel that long line from the fingers to the foot. And breathe into it. And then lower the hips down, bringing that right knee to the right elbow. And hold. If you're not able to do this, you can bring the toe to the ground and see if that helps. If you can't be in the plank, then just bring the left knee down. Now, if you have the knee to the elbow, see if you can straighten that leg. Good. And then push into the hands, send the leg up again, look forward, and then step the foot up between the hands. Bring the back heel onto the ground, and then bring your hand So hopefully I'm not frozen and you can see and hear me, or at least hear me. Then we'll take the arms up, pull the shoulders down, push back into the back foot and lift the chest, lift the gaze. You can maybe push forward into the front foot and tuck the tailbone under. And then slowly bring the arms down by your sides. And take a tiny step forward with your back leg. And then gaze down at the ground in front of you and start to shift your weight into the front leg, lifting your back leg. And then the arms can come out to the side instead, or in front, makes it harder. Slow, steady breathing. Okay. And then bring your hands down to the ground. If you need to bend your knee to do that, that's fine. If you don't, keep it straight. And plant your right hand to 2 o'clock of your right foot. And then bend your back leg and see if you can grab hold of your left foot. If you can't, just bring your left arm up and push your left foot back. If you can grab it, then you can kick the foot into the hand. And then if you're balanced and you want to challenge yourself more, slowly take your gaze from the floor to the ceiling. Or if your hand is elevated, then you might just look at your upraised hand. Good. And then we'll return that left hand to the ground. Step the left foot back, not all the way back, kind of where it was when we started. And walk the hands back, straightening the front leg. So if the hands can no longer be on the ground with the leg straight, just take them up onto the shin, or they can just hang. We're going to let the head drop down. And then we're going to do that same turn with the hips like we did before in Warrior One. Just bringing that left hip forward and that right hip back. And now shift your weight into your back foot. So the whole body kind of moves back a little bit. Long, slow breaths. And then bend the front knee. Bring the hands forward. Fingers spread wide. And step the right foot back. Bend the left knee and push the right heel into the ground. Pressing forward into the hands so you feel the hips shift back, and then take that shift from the hips down the leg into the heel. Let the chest release toward the thigh, the head toward the floor. And then lift your left leg, flex the foot, try to keep the leg straight, and really press into the fingers and back out through the bottom of the foot.
Deep, slow breath. Through the nose, but if you can bring it through the back of the throat as you ujjayi breath, it helps the breath stay deep, but the body calm. So it kind of kicks in the parasympathetic nervous system. And then we'll lower the hips and bring that left knee toward the left elbow. Again, it may not touch. You may need to have the foot down. You may need to have the right knee down. Just make the practice work for you. And if the knee is touching the back of the arm, can you straighten the leg? And then send that leg up. Look forward, inhale. Exhale, step the foot up between the hands. Bring the back heel on the ground. The foot is at an angle. And then lift and bring your hands to your hips. Breathing in. And then exhale. Pivoting, aiming that right hip for the left knee. Good. Nice deep bend in that knee. Press the right thigh back and feel the heel pushing into the ground. Good. You can push forward a little bit with the left foot to help shift weight into the right foot and maybe help you tuck the tailbone under, opening that hip flexor a little more. And then take the arms up, coming fully into Warrior One. Pushing down into the feet, lifting through the heart. Lifting the gaze if you want. You can look forward if you prefer. You can take the thumbs back and have a little bit of a back bend if you like. You decide. Slow the breathing down. And release the hands down. Step the back foot a little bit forward. Take the gaze to the ground. And then start to shift into your front foot. As soon as the back foot lifts, you hinge at the hips and try to come parallel to the ground. And again, you can choose the arms that match the level of difficulty that works for you. And then bring the left hand to the floor at about 10 o'clock of the left foot and bend the right knee. Now, if you can grab hold of the foot with the hand, push the foot into the hand, and if not, just take the arm up to the sky and push back with that right foot. And then again, the gaze can stay down, but if you want to challenge your balance more, take the gaze up. Release the right hand down, bring the right foot down, and then start to shift your weight back until that left leg is straight. Again, the hands might not be able to come to the floor anymore. That's fine. You can rest them on your leg or you can just dangle them down. And then shift the hips. Left one comes back, right one comes forward. Breathing out the spine. Feel that long stream of breath, making the torso longer as you inhale. Then draw the belly in, up, and relax the torso over as you exhale. Stay connected to the breath. Maybe shifting the weight back into the right foot a little bit more. And then bend the front knee, walk the hands forward, plant them, and step back. You might need to adjust where your feet are to come into your full downward dog. And we'll have both legs straight. Bend the elbows out to the side and then roll them back toward the knees. Then press into the thumbs and the index fingers and lengthen the spine. Drop the head, relax the chest down. Let the hands remain active. Let the breath remain long and slow. Let the mind track the breath flowing in and out. Good. And then on an inhale, drop the hips and come into plank. Now you can stay in. You can come down onto forearms in plank, or you can go back and forth between the two, which is a little more strengthening for the shoulders. You stay in forearm plank, it's definitely more strengthening for the abs. So just see what you want to work on. You could also just be in a modified plank if you don't feel like doing a whole lot of work today. You can just bring your knees down and just work on staying long through the spine and supporting your back with your abs. Good. And then we'll all come onto our forearms. You can bring your knees down if you need to, or just stay here. And then bring the index fingers and thumbs together so you're creating a little diamond shape between your hands. And then start to walk the feet forward until you can lift your hips up, coming into a dolphin, which is basically downward dog on the forearms. And push forward through the elbows and the forearms and the hands, sending your hips back. And then come back onto the hands and back into plank. And we'll take it into side plank. Coming over onto the right foot. The left foot can rest in front of the right foot on the ground, or if you're able to rest it on top of the right foot, do that. Or if you need to modify and bring that right knee down, go ahead and do that. And then we'll take the left arm up. And today we're going to bring the arm overhead. And then if you want to work harder, close your eyes. Stretch the side long. And then step the left foot to the ground behind the right foot, bending that knee if you want,
or keeping it straight. And then roll your chest to face up. And bring the hand down. Come back into plank.
And then roll over onto the outside of the left foot, taking whatever modifications you want. The right arm comes up and reaches overhead. So we're really working on lengthening from the right foot to the right hand, closing the eyes if you want that extra challenge. Keep those left fingers spread wide so you have the maximum base of support possible. And then step the right foot behind,
Roll to you so your chest faces up. And come back into plank. Bring the knees down. And come into child's pose.
palms alongside the feet. Unless the head doesn't reach the ground in this pose. And if that's so, just support the head with hands or fists. And then relax. Really feel the arms heavy, letting go. The torso really sinking into the support of the thighs. Really feeling the balloon-like action of the body, breathing and expanding. Exhaling and relaxing. Tuck the chin to the chest. Roll yourself up and slide your wrists forward. Try to keep the backs of your hands entirely on the ground. Come as far forward as you can with the backs of the hands still on the ground.
Okay. And then lift up and then just shake the hands out. And then just come off your heels a bit and step the feet wider than your hips. Roll the calves out away from each other. And then see if you can sit back down inside your feet. If your buttocks doesn't reach the ground, maybe you have a cushion or a block handy and you can sit on that. Just let the hands rest in the lap, maybe closing the eyes if that feels okay. Sinking into the sit bones and lifting through the heart. Hero's pose. course, don't do anything. It feels like it's on your knees. And it's okay if there's some sensation in the knee. You're certainly working those knees, but you can tell if it feels like something you shouldn't be doing. Always listen to that. And then bring the hands to the ground. Lift yourself up. And then step the foot down, either foot. Step the foot down with the foot out on an angle. And then bring the other foot in to match it with the heels touching. And then take your gaze to a spot in front of you. Bring your hands to your inner knees or thighs and try to balance as you press your thighs open. And keep the body upright. Keep your breath steady. Bring your hands together at your heart and slowly lift yourself up, keeping your heels touching and off the ground. Take the arms up. And then separate the heels, bring them down. Inhale and reach up through the fingers. And exhale. Send your head back. Send your fingertips back. Send your tailbone forward. And then as you inhale, push down into your feet and lift up through your chest. As you exhale, let the head and hands drop back. Inhale, lift, and exhale, fold over. The hands can hang down. You can step them under your feet. You can bring them to the backs of your legs. See how active or passive you want this forward bend to be. If they're under your feet on the exhales, you pull the hands as though you're pulling them out from under the feet, pulling them away from the body. And if the hands are behind you on the legs, you press the legs into the hands and the hands into the legs as you inhale. And then stop pressing the legs into the hands as you exhale and scoop the belly up. Soften the knees, roll yourself up. Reach the arms up and keep them up. Actually separate the arms a little bit more so that they're more like a Y. And then curl the fingers in so that the thumbs are extended as you stay in this Y shape. And then we're going to do some breath of fire here. So we'll start with an inhale. And then on the exhale, we'll start to
Breathe rapidly, snapping the belly back and up. If your eyes are closed, you can have your gaze at your third eye between your brows or at your heart center. And inhale deep, touch the thumbs, hold the breath. Pull up from the tailbone, the perineum, the pelvic floor, the navel. Press the chin toward your chest and pull up from the throat. Press the tongue to the roof of your mouth. Press the eyes up, holding the breath as long as you're able to. When you need to exhale, we'll fold forward, releasing the hands down. Inhale, lift the chin and chest. Exhale, folding forward again. Inhale all the way up, this time taking steeple mudra, interlacing all the fingers except the index fingers. Holding the breath, applying the root lock from the base of the spine. Pulling in through the navel, pulling in at the throat, pressing up through the tongue and the eyes. Holding until you absolutely can't hold anymore. And then just relaxing the arms down. Turning the palms forward. Just feeling the sensations in the body. And open the eyes. Bend your knees. Bring weight into your left foot. Really feel that foot sinking into the ground. And then bring the right foot on top of the left thigh, just above the knee, and flex that foot. And then let your eyes track a line from in front of you toward your left foot, down to the ground as you bend over, bringing your chest toward your right foot. Your hands can rest on your right leg, maybe one on the knee, one on the foot, or they can rest on the shin. If you're able to and you feel like you need that help for balance, they can rest on the ground. Or if you need the help from the balance, maybe hold on to a wall. Make sure the right foot stays flexed. Continue to release over your leg. Now, bend the knee deep enough so that the hands come to the ground. And then send that right foot all the way over to the left side. Good. Now that left knee can just stay bent, or you can straighten the leg and kind of make a wishbone with your legs. And then we're going to thread that left arm under the right arm. Maybe you can even come all the way down onto the right elbow. Keep walking that left hand over to the right. Maybe the head can even rest down on the ground. If your head is down and you want to stretch even more and twist deeper, you can turn your head to the left. Any variation that you're in is your maximum stretch and twist, and that's the exact perfect place to be. Don't worry about being anywhere else but where you are. And then let's bring that left hand back. Bring your weight into both hands. Rebend that back knee if it was straight. Curl those toes under. And then bring your right foot back. Walk the hands in. Roll yourself up. And reach out, inhale. Exhale the arms down. Maybe closing the eyes. Feeling the breath. Feeling the feet. Bending the knees. Opening the eyes and finding a spot in front of you, either on the wall or the ground. And then bring the left foot onto the right leg, just above your knee, flexing that foot. And then let your eyes trace a line toward your right foot as you start to fold. Seeing where you want to place your hands. It's okay to hold yourself for balance. It's really a hip stretch. We just so happen to be on one foot, but you don't have to balance here. You do, however, have to breathe. Every time you exhale, see if you can fold a little deeper. And bring the hands to the ground. And then send that left leg straight out to the right. The right knee can either stay bent on the ground right behind the left leg, or you can straighten that leg behind you. Come up onto the hands, take a breath in, and then thread that right arm behind the left hand all the way out to the left. Maybe coming down onto the elbows, maybe coming down onto the head, maybe staying all the way up here. Doesn't really matter. I certainly feel the twist pretty strongly when I'm up here. It's just a matter of preference and flexibility. If you are down on the ground with your head, you can see if you want to turn it the other way. Really reaching out with that right hand. Helping the breath find the space, even though the belly is twisted tight. And coming back up onto the hands, bending that back knee. Staying on your buttocks and swinging your legs back around in front. Wrap your hands around your knees and lean back, holding on to the knees. Breathing into the space between the shoulder blades. The back is round. And then releasing the hands and slowly lowering to the ground. Letting the head rest down, letting the arms rest down, pressing into the feet to lift the tailbone and tuck it under, releasing back down, maybe lengthening the head away from the tailbone, straightening the legs, shake them out. If you're using an eye pillow, place that on your eyes. And then let the arms rest out away from the body. Take a breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth and sink the body into the ground. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Drop the jaw down. Parting the lips slightly. Relax the tongue. Inhale deep. Exhale out of the mouth. Clearing away the contents of the mind. And then allowing the breath to breathe on its own. So for over 50 minutes, I've been asking you to control the breath. And take a bit to let go of that. And remember that the breath can breathe without our help. And just noticing that effortless breath. Notice where you feel it in the body. And bring your awareness there. See if you can stay with the breath from the moment it begins to arise till the peak of the inhale. Maybe a slight pause, and a whole exhale. Watching the breath, not to control it, not to evaluate it. Just to rest in the present moment. You notice the mind wanders, getting lost in thoughts or fantasies. It's okay. Just don't indulge it. Come back to the breath. Again and again. Deeply relaxed. Letting go. Letting go. Letting go.
to your heart, with the fingers and toes. Reach the arms overhead. Take a breath, stretch long. Hop the knees to the chest. And rock from side to side. Feeling the ground massaging your back. And then come center, rub hand to hand and foot to foot. Roll over onto either side. Rest your head on your underside arm. Rest your body on the ground. Rest your mind in the present moment. Feeling whatever's here right now. Feeling it with a sense of appreciation. This body that serves us so well. And when you're ready, come up slowly to sitting, bringing your head up last. Sinking down into your sit bones, lifting tall to the crown of the head. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale the hands together at the heart. Inhale the heart up to the hands. Exhale, shoulders relax down. Inhale deeply, breathing in from bottom to top. Take it all in. Let it all go. Chin to the chest. Namaste.